Hello there, everyone. Welcome to a different type of review of games. Normally, I usually either play very little of a game, like an hour or two, to give my first impressions on them. For Summer of Mara, I basically 100%ed the game. There are, what is it? I believe it's two achievements I don't have, and both of them are bugged currently. So, or it looks like they're bugged. Uh, so what's going to be on the screen is mostly just going to be some filler stuff, and I'm just going to be talking about the game. So I did go through, and I went through the whole game. I've done every single quest. I've collected everything, obviously 100%ing. The two of them I haven't done are an achievement, which it looks... I've looked online, it looks like after you get to about... kind of like halfway through the game, the achievement gets locked out. Or once you've gone far enough in a quest, the achievement gets locked out because characters change places, and it removes the item. You need to listen to a radio in a like love letter area, and the radio disappears. So I'm not sure if it's moved somewhere else. That's what I could gather. I couldn't be bothered to do anything else in it. So what is Summer in Mara? Summer in Mara is kind of like a Harvest Moon and Animal Crossing. It's one of those, I don't want to say life sim. I don't know what the term is for those. But like My Time of Portia, it was something that just came out on the Switch. It was a 3DS game before. But anyway, so it's got farming elements in it, explorative elements in it, and crafting elements in it. And this game is a little rough. It's a very chill game. I wound up playing through the entire game with one of my friends, and I had a good time until I started getting far in the game. There are some frustrations with it, with what you're supposed to do with quests, which doesn't seem like as bad a thing, but because if you pay very close attention and take a lot of notes as you're going through, and by notes I mean like just literally like, I'm supposed to go here, type of thing. But sometimes it doesn't even, it's not clearly stated to you that is what you're supposed to do. They're like, find the item. Neat. Where do I get it? And I know that you could say that that's a good thing because it makes you explore through the area. Personally, I don't like that when it's like, find this person or something and their locations change and stuff. So I like kind of having that dummy pointer, or having it be something like Animal Crossing. It's like, anything you find to bring to the museum, you bring to the museum. There's no mystery. It's the museum, like, or it's the specific townsfolk, which they have, like, they do move around a little bit, but you do have their specific houses, but it's not as large of an area. So some of the times the quests get a little lost. I got lost a lot. And they do have a hint system in it, which is the quest log. Unfortunately, I can't like actually scroll down through it, because when you've completed something, you can't scroll over it, which is weird. Even using the the mouse will let me scroll through the pages, as you can see all the different quests. The final quest is sandbox mode, meaning there's literally nothing left to do in the game. 100% everyone else, and that's it. You know, you can go fishing and everything like that, but there's no other quest in the game. But you hover over it, and it shows, hit E on the map, and it will show a location. So, hovering over it like this. And at first, for a lot of them, they're very helpful, because go talk to this person, go talk to this person. And it was about midway through the game, they would say, bring an item to this person. And it wouldn't be on the home island, it would be on one of these other islands, but it wouldn't tell you where to get the specific item. Which is very, very frustrating, because how can I find it? How can I finish the quest if I haven't been told where it is? Specifically in the main storyline, there was a quest that was absolutely infuriating, and I almost quit playing the game entirely. There's someone on Black Volcano you're supposed to deliver an item to. They say, I lost it in the north. Almost literally everything is north of here. When you say up north, wouldn't you think, I don't know, the top of the map? No, it's right here. It's this part of the map. I actually, we solicited information from, I believe it was the Steam Workshop. And that was the only way, because someone was like, it's 2 north and 1 to the right. It never said that. And it specifically said, bring the item that you find here. That was it. And it just kept showing that location. So it was extremely frustrating trying to complete that quest. And there were several other quests where this game's island theme, there are pirates. Go find the pirate. This is where the item is you need to bring to the pirate. Pick up the item. Neat. Where's the pirate? The item is right here, though. Okay, but where's the pirate? It's right here. So, it made it extremely difficult to complete some of the quests, because some of the characters have inconsistent locations. Which is very frustrating to go through. Now, they did add some features to improve the game, which is why I held off on this review. The people at Chibeg, if I'm saying that right, the publisher and developer, they did give me a copy of this game. I had it on launch, and I went through the whole game, because I wanted to get a lot underway, and then they released an announcement saying they were going to release a patch to help fix this. So I wanted to wait until I got the the patch, because I didn't want to release it and 2 days later a lot of my complaints were removed. The boat travel in this game is not bad, but when you're constantly searching everywhere, it's not fun either. You have a fuel meter, I was about to say energy meter, but a fuel meter up in the top left, and that's the only thing that really stops you. So you go around, and then you can hit these specific points on the map, like there's the fish up there, and that will it's a point of interest, and other characters can be there. But if I needed to go from the home island to anywhere, just watching the time it takes to traverse through an area, it takes a long time. And when I'm lost, that is an absolute nightmare, because as you can see, crossing one takes probably, let's say, 45 seconds. Maybe I'm exaggerating on that, but it takes a long time. This is an example of the other one. Apparently 2 of the crabs are completely missing from the game. No one's found them yet. It's literally 0%. I believe the developers said that one's bugged currently. It could be other people. I didn't look super hard. Keep in mind that one's bugged. You just find these crabs, talk to them. Love that there's a check mark on them. That's an excellent feature. But as going through, there's very, very little reason, besides the fact that you have to get around. There's nothing fun about the boats. It's literally the same as walking. So it's not very engaging. Now the patch that they added, which is huge, is fast travel. So now it's like, this, boom. So now I'm here immediately. That's awesome. And it does use a lot of fuel. As you can see, we'll go for the fuel and we'll go down here. It should use about a eighth or so. But it allows you to travel around the map, which is super helpful for completing those. Most of the game I played without it, so the fact that it is in the game is fantastic. Something I'd like them to address in it, but I'm not sure if they will, is the fact that after you have initiated a quest and you try to speak to someone, this is the type of dialogue you get. It's no dialogue. Some of them literally say, go away. That's not interesting. Like, what if I missed it for some reason? I accidentally hit the button, which I did a lot, because I'm not super careful. But it then prevented me, like, then I had to just guess. I had to remember, oh, on this island there was this, which became extremely frustrating. For a lot of the game, I was having fun, and then it became very frustrating, which obviously is, you know, a rough sell on a game. The fact that they're still working on it. Hold on, I'm sorry, my cat is not being good. Get out of here. You almost hit my power button on my computer. It just becomes a little more frustrating than it needs to be. As you can see, Mara has an energy bar. She has how many days she can go. And then her actual daily energy bar. Any food you consume fills up not enough of the energy bar, but wildly amounts of the day bar. So I don't know if that really needed to be in there. They could have done something similar to what Stardew Valley did, which was when it hits 2 p.m. or whatever time, you go to bed or something. Your character passes out. And this game does do that, specifically at 2 p.m., but it still has the energy meter, and just walking around, not even doing something actively, just walking around takes care of it. Some of the menus are a little rough, which is forgivable, but at the same time, I'd like to see some of them cleaner, especially the lack of an options menu. You can look at your controls, and that's it. So, it's very simple. It's a very chill game to play. It's currently $25 on Steam, and I don't think I can recommend it. As much as I don't want to say that. Because I did... it took me 27 hours to go through the full game, 100% it. But there were a lot of things wrong, or it's not necessarily wrong with it, but that left sour tastes in my mouth. When I first saw this map, I thought that a lot of them were going to be detailed like this. And even there's no fast travel here, so some of the traversals just take a long amount of time. And, you know, I'll show you another one of the runs. There's also some money issues in the game. We are currently at 1082. Let's see if they fixed it. So 1082. But the inn costs 40 coins. So there are a couple areas that do that. But going through to get to, like, the areas here, it has fetch quests in it, of course. You know, you expect that about literally every single one of these type of games. But when it comes down to running from one end of the island to another, like, still just running to the other end of the island, it starts to not be interesting. And a lot of the quests start to really chug that way. Because it's go talk to this guy, go back to the start, come back here, go back to the start, then you can come here, and he'll tell you you needed an item. Very unfun. But not the end of the world, because there are a lot of them that do it. But just kind of as a background game to play, it's more enjoyable. If I was playing this solo, I would absolutely not want to. Oh, this opens up at 10, that's why I was just standing there. Which I'm fine with, you know, places can open. But this is like some of the dialogue you get. Please don't bother me. That's not interesting dialogue. Also, it should say talk, not enter. That's just a pet peeve. But that's it. Even, like, I swear, doing a quest line him first. You accept the quest. You talk to him. Please go away. Leave me be. Go away. That's not fun. Before the patch, you also, and I know this is a very scattered up review. I spent a lot of time thinking about how I wanted to do this, and I think I'm just going to talk about my feelings as I'm going through them. They added in the ability to craft at different locations, like right here. I'm able to craft. This was added in the patch with the fast travel. This was some of the most frustrating thing in the game, because remember what I said about walking back and forth? I would get here, make the item. I'd have to run all the way back, come all the way back here, you know, and it was exclusively like just to combine two items. Once again, I know that isn't a lot of games like this, but this area, specifically beyond the town, because the town is well done in my opinion. Even with Saimi being kind of jammed away, I still think that's perfectly fine. Because having one character that's a little far away, but having them literally coat the outside edge, it takes forever. The many quests had go here, all the way over to blue, which is on the other side of the map. That's not fun. Now, I will address some of the fun thing or good things about it. In between, the characters have pretty unique designs. I haven't seen them like super anywhere else. Not many games I know do like fish people or jellyfish people. The generic townsfolk aren't that amazing, but they have basically three different races. Sorry, human and three different races, which is the catfolk, well, or beast, depending. They have the fish people as the primary. And then fish people. Which I really like the design of them. And then there is catfolk, fish poke, cat, beast, human. No, that's it. Sorry, they're like fish people, jellyfish people. I like the designs on the characters. I don't like how a lot of the characters act. This is my favorite character. That I love it. It's ridiculous. But a lot of the characters are not likable. Their designs are awesome. Like, you know, Weird Beast Man. The jelly people. I like a lot of their designs. They're really cool, but the dialogue that they do a lot of the time isn't interesting. I will admit I actually got really frustrated and stopped caring, which isn't, no one wants that, but I stopped caring about what they had to say because they were all mean and spiteful. Like, I go give someone $1,000 and they're like, it took you long enough. And it wasn't even like the miserly people. It was everyone except for like 2 or 3 people. The girl on the beach was the nicest character in the game. The cat girl that I just talked to was one of the second nicest people, because while she did torment, it felt mischievous, not like she was an ass. But a lot of it felt that way. But I love the designs of it, the look of the game. I know, like, the horizon, the skybox, the whatever you want to call it, isn't very interesting, but it's very, very colorful. So I think the game looks nice. It's not gonna look like God of War or something, but it looks nice and it feels nice. There are a couple problems, you know, controls wise, or sorry, movement wise, where my character kept getting stuck on things, which is actually, I'll see if I can show it again. But the the character would sometimes get stuck on objects. Like if you jump on it, sometimes it would get stuck. There's a little bit of hit collision wrong, which isn't a huge deal for me, personally. But I do understand when, you know, buying something, the lack of going in houses, it was, like right here. Yeah, right there. I'm trying. I'm stuck. And it's like sometimes you just like keep running and eventually it'll let go of you. I don't know what causes that, honestly. I honestly wish I could offer the solution for it. But I don't know what would cause that, or does cause that. But overall, kind of with a heavy heart, because I did enjoy playing it, but it may have been how I was playing it. I would absolutely not recommend this game in its current state at full price, maybe at like half price. But I had enough fun that I 100%ed this game. Maybe that was just because I was playing it with my friends. It doesn't have multiplayer. Literally, I was just streaming the game for just 2 or 3 people, and we were just having fun talking about it. Maybe that's why I had so much fun with it. But at the end of the day, it's $25. It kind of feels early access. The fact that fast travel was not in the game at launch, and they self-published it. It wasn't a publisher pushed them to do it. They self-published it, and they released it without fast travel in the game. The fact that the quest system is so borked that a lot of the times it doesn't do it. Sometimes if you're talking to the pirates, which I can try and show you that quickly. But when you're talking to the pirates, they, like, once you've spoken to them once, so we'll go here. I'm right beside it. I don't have the talk. I have to, like, fidget around. And you talk to them, and it's gone, and then I have to circle back around until I get another chance for it. I don't understand that. And those things all start to add up, making it feel very early access, and the game is not in early access. I don't know if they've made anything else. I like what they've done, potential-wise, but it still needs more polish. The oceans, there's nothing in it. There's no combat in the game. There's no there are animated scenes and they look phenomenal. Like, the artists did great jobs. But there's nothing with the character models being animated. Literally, the end of the game, I won't spoil what happens, but there's a dramatic scene in dialogue alone. They didn't animate it. It was basically like, run! Like, get out of here! And then it puts me back in control, and they just stand there. They don't move at all. It feels very static. Um, like I said, few characters walk around. I believe at the home base a character walks around, and that's not good enough. If all of the characters had more life to them, I could then recommend the game more and more. Yeah, she walks around. But as it stands, there's so little to offer currently that other games don't offer, such as Stardew Valley, Animal Crossing. And I'll say this. I played this game more than I did Animal Crossing. Because I could do, for one reason only, because there's no real life time gate. That's the only reason I don't like Animal Crossing, the new Animal Crossing. And I don't want to mess with the system clock. That's neither here nor there. There are points, if you look out in the horizon, they then start, like right there, it starts rendering in the grass. It feels very amateur. I love the attempt on it, but there's too much missing for me to recommend it at $25. So there you go. Take that for what you will. I did have enough fun in the game. It's definitely something you kind of play while doing something else, like maybe watching some YouTube, watching some Netflix, something like that will make the game better. Just because a lot of the time it's go from that location to that location, grab that item, go back to that location. The moment-to-moment gameplay is not engaging. And that's the review of this game. So, even though I was provided a copy, and I'm very thankful they provided me a copy of the game, I will not lie, I do not recommend this game. So, thank you very much for watching, everyone. I do sincerely appreciate it. And hopefully the developers continue working on the game and improving it. The ability for fast travel is already a huge improvement. I believe they said they're going to try to work on the quest system, but I'm not going to put off my review forever. Just hoping. So, thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.